Welcome to MU Talks, in this segment called Happenings in Maryville. My name is Elizabeth Hammond.
And I'm Melina Francis.
And we are your hostess for the day. So, I'm going to tell you about the events that happened this weekend on campus and during the week on campus. We had so many events on campus, as you all know. Maryville is full of events every day. Over the weekend, one particular event that I was very interested in was Club Aqua, hosted by the RAs on campus. So, the history behind Club Aqua is that the RAs realized that the people that lived in the apartment didn't have so many shindigs going on between
and they didn't really participate in a lot of events.
Yeah.
So they came up with this idea to have a club night on campus to encourage people to come. The first year, I believe there was actually an open bar.
Yeah.
But this year there was not.
But we were there, and it was so much fun. The DJ was really good.
He was a really good DJ. He played music that appealed to everybody. He had hip-hop, EDM style, old school music. It was a good mixture, and it flowed very well.
Oh, I saw some people twerking, doing all sorts of things.
I saw heads on the floor and butts in the air. It was traumatizing.
It was a good show.
Hey Maryville, we're the RAs here. This is Chris and I'm Garrett. We're out here at Club Aqua. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, and it's definitely grown every year that we've done it. So right now we're sitting at about 150 people, which is a pretty good turnout so far. We have a great DJ this year, so we couldn't do it without the great students that we have around Maryville. We appreciate you all and hope it grows every year from now on.
So thank you, Maryville, very much for coming out and supporting the RAs. Thank you very much.
On the next day, Campus Activity Boards, had a comedian come in, Matt Glowacki, with an interesting twist on comedy that I've never seen it before. It was more like
a lecture of some sort. It was definitely very educational. I learned something. So I was just like, it wasn't really comedian, more like a lecture of some sort. So if you went and were truly expecting something funny, it wasn't really that so much.
I actually tell people walking is overrated. Because it is. I have wheels that are circles on the side of my wheelchair and when you push it, whee!
Hi, this is Matt Glowacki, and you're watching MU Talks.
That so much.
Yeah, but his opener though was a Maryville student. He's an actuarial science student. Mm-hmm. He was funny.
I liked him better. I think.
I thought his comedy was a little bit crude, but it went well.
It went well. And then as a beginning comedian, if he decided to give up that great career of actuarial science, he has a good future ahead of him.
He's got a backup plan if he changes his mind.
One time I was going to pick up my girlfriend, and I'm driving over there, and she says, "When are you going to be here?" And I said, "I'll be there at 8:15. I was going to be there at 8:15. I got there at 8:20, I think is what it was. And I get there, and it was cold outside. And what she decided to do was at 8:15 go outside and endure the freezing cold and make me feel bad.
So during the week, as we all know, the month of February is the Martin Luther King.
January.
The month of February, right? It's more like Black History Month.
Black History Month, yeah.
Yeah. So the month of February, as we all know, is Black History Month. I keep saying Black Friday, but I guess I need some shopping done. Anyway, Black History Month, and Maryville had a host.
They hosted a Martin Luther King celebration speaker, which is a yearly event that they have. And this year they hosted Reverend Starsky D. Wilson.
Yeah, I was there. It was a very interesting talk that he gave, very intellectual, and we have a couple of people that we interviewed and we'll show that to you.
Yes.
I had so much fun at that, and there was a luncheon after that. Fresh Ideas killed it. The food was delicious, but the takeaway is the speech was perfect.
Was it?
Yeah.
Heartfelt.
It was heartfelt for me. It was something, it touched me, and it was good to see what was upcoming, you know, what people had in mind after this whole Ferguson situation, and with all the, you know,
Like
uneasiness and
things,
the racism going on. It was really interesting. It was a different take on things and all the plans that they had. There's a whole website that we're going to show you. It was amazing. It was a good show, yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
One of the things though that I kind of point to is the psychology of it. Missouri doesn't believe that it's a southern state, and I believe it is. And because it didn't believe it's a southern state, it has not gone through the cathartic experiences that many southern states went through in the civil rights era, nor did it go through the regulation and oversight of court-administered oversight of elections and things like that. So it never thought it had a problem. Because there were not major uprisings that you can point to here in the 1950s and 60s, even though there were conflagrations in places like Detroit and Harlem and others, people thought they didn't have a problem, or they thought they figured out how to deal with it. And so just recently have we figured out, this is the psychology of it. I said a few years ago, the immigration reform protests that were happening across the country, and some of the responses we're seeing out of the Southwest, because this happened in places that they don't.
I think it was absolutely wonderful to have Reverend Starsky Wilson serve as our 2016 MLK speaker, to have someone who is right here in the city of St. Louis to talk about the Ferguson Commission, and that he chaired or co-chaired the commission, and to speak about that whole process and how we can move the city forward, and how we as a university can come together collectively with some of those recommendations and make a change as an institution as well as individually. I thought that it was phenomenal, and it speaks to the legacy of the life of Dr. Martin Luther King.
And then this coming week, we have several events. First and foremost, we have the Hijab Awareness Day on February 2nd, 2016. From 10, I believe, you will be able to learn how to put on a hijab and wear it all day. And afterwards, there'll be a ceremony and celebration. They'll tell you more about the history of this hijab wearing.
Nice. I went to that last semester, and it was amazing. That the scarves were pashmina scarves.
Oh.
So the good stuff.
The good.
It was really nice, and I kept the scarf for myself. Not that I walk around wearing hijabs, but I learned so much about what hijab meant to their culture, meant to the women in that country. So I would recommend people
Highly
go to
encourage
this
it.
hijab awareness event.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next event on the same day, February 2nd, we have I Heart the 2000s Trivia. Trivia, I think will be fun. It doesn't really...
Yeah.
But
I'm smart. It's just when it comes to stuff like that,
I can't
it
think
doesn't
on
go
my
too
feet
well.
that well too quickly. But I'm sure it'll be fun, and it'll be hilarious to see what you remember from the 2000s too. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Also, there's a Mardi Gras celebration.
Which is a first at Maryville.
Yep,
I've never
the
heard
first
of it.
time. Maryville's having its own Mardi Gras celebration.
That'll be interesting. Not a bunch of drunkards
Party!
running around on
There'll be no
campus.
drinking.
No
definitely.
drinking.
But I can't wait to see what Go Saints has planned for this Mardi Gras event. Yeah, I'll be very interested in that. Yeah. So you should come out and come and enjoy this Mardi Gras. Upcoming for you, yeah.
And then on February 6th, that Saturday, we have the first Black History Month event hosted by ABC. It's an evening of art and jazz.
Ooh, jazz.
I
love
all
jazz.
of my years at Maryville. Yeah, so I've been the both times that they hosted it. It is a great night. Good food, good artists, and the jazz band is amazing. Like, it's really nice. The attire is cocktail.
Yeah.
So you can't just come in jeans and, you know, you won't look in place. So definitely cocktail attire. It's a chance for you to dress up. Pull out those skirts and dresses that you've had in your closet all winter.
Nice. I'm pulling out my dresses. Maybe going some shopping. So.
And then,
there's a basketball game too that weekend. Hopefully the Saints win this one.
hopefully we want them to make it to tournament.
Yeah.
So.
Come out and come support the Saints as they fight their way to the tournament. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been doing well so far this year. One of the players that we really enjoy watching is number 0.
Number 0, yes, Forrester Sims.
He's been killing it out there with his 3-pointers and everything. So come out and support the Saints, okay? My name is Elizabeth Hammond and you're watching MU Talks. Today we have Turan Mullins here to talk with us.
Hello everyone, my name is Turan Mullins. I am the Director of Diversity and Inclusion here at Maryville University. In my role, I serve as the advisor for the Association of Black Collegiates, the Latino Student Alliance, the Hawaiian Asian Pacific Islander Association, and Inclusion at Maryville, as well as supporting other cultural groups on campus such as the Association of African Student Organization, ABLE, and MUGSA.
So, how long have you worked here?
I've been at Maryville for going to my 6th year.
I understand you're an alumni.
Yes, we'll soon to be alumni, so I am completing my last class in the Strategic Comm Master's Program.
Oh, so where did you get your bachelor's from?
I got my bachelor's degree from Southeast Missouri State University. It's a medium-sized public institution in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Oh, cool. So, strategic communications, how's that going?
StratComm is going well. I enjoy the program. I've always been passionate about communication. I feel like any successful leader, any great leader has to be able to articulate an idea, also be able to receive ideas from others, and then manage that process to their team or to whomever that they're trying to lead.
Okay. So the main purpose or the main reason why we had you on this show today is to talk about Black History Month,
Yes.
which is this month. For some of our viewers that don't know what this month is all about, can you shed some light about it, the history, why America chooses to celebrate Black History Month and Hispanic Month too? Just tell us about Black History Month.
So Black History Month originally started off as a week, and a lot of people sometimes think that, you know, it's the shortest month of the year, and why was February chosen? So February has significant meaning because of the two people who were most influential in the Black History movement. And so it was extended, I believe in the 60s or the 70s, it was extended to a full month, to not as the only point in time throughout the year that we acknowledge Black history or the contributions of Black America, but it is the time when we celebrate it. And so in America, we choose to, traditionally in the month of February, just bring attention to the accomplishments and the history of our society and our culture.
Cool. Okay, so what has Maryville got planned for this Black History Month?
Okay. In the past, Maryville, from a departmental standpoint, from an administrative standpoint, we've done a lot for Black History Month. I am proud to say that this year we will not be doing a lot. And people are like, oh my God, he's proud that we're not doing a lot. I'm proud to say that our students are doing a lot.
Okay.
So our students have really picked up the charge, and they have several events planned. We'll kick the month off. I believe it's the first weekend in February, that Saturday. We have a art and jazz show, and so we will bring in a live band, we'll have live art, and students can come. It's cocktail attire, so it's a chance to dress up and be fancy and bring your friends and do something really cool. We will also have a Black History Trivia Night that is sponsored by ABC. We have an Around the Table program, which is a collaboration program between the Association of Black Collegiates and Inclusion at Maryville. Okay. And we also have a publisher coming to campus as well to talk about a book of poetry that was inspired by Nina Simone that she's writing. So she's a doctoral candidate at the University of Missouri-Columbia, and so she'll be here on campus to talk about that. And for a full list of date, times, and location, you can check out any of our social media platforms. Those will be inclusive_MU on Instagram, Diversity Inclusion on Facebook, and InclusiveMU on Twitter.
So in St. Louis, I assume you live here and you have some contacts downtown and all over. What events, do you know any events going on around St. Louis that students should check out?
Okay.
Go to?
Yeah, so we actually have a book of publications in our office. You can stop by and pick that up, and it has all the events that are going on in Missouri. And so you can see what each campus, who the speaker is going to be, and what some of the members of our community are doing as well. For Black History Month, I can say, I know St. Louis University is bringing Bree Newsom, and we heard her speak at a conference this past week, and she was an excellent speaker, and so I would recommend anyone to go hear her. And if you're not familiar with her, she is the woman who climbed the flagpole in South Carolina and took down the Confederate flag.
Okay. At the beginning of the semester, I understand there was a cleanup exercise in honor of MLK Day. Can you shed a little bit light on it? How long have you guys done this? How long will you keep doing it next semester, next year, you know? see how many students, maybe more students would be interested in this program.
Sure. So the good thing, again, about Maryville is that diversity and inclusion is starting to, and multicultural programs and things like that of that nature are starting to live in different areas of the campus. And so the Office of Spiritual Life and Community Service actually put on the program that you're referring to, which is the Day of Service. And so Martin Luther King, his legacy was all about the giving to others. And so on that day, we take it as a day on and not a day off. And so the community service group got together and went out into the community and did a program where they allow students to come out and help support and just give on that day. And Steve DeSalvo headed up that program and did an amazing job with it.
So this was the first year it's been done?
No, Steve has done a program every year. Usually it's the Ronald McDonald House. And this year it was a different organization.
Well, I understand the Association of Black Collegians had a trip out of state it's a leadership conference. Can you tell us a little bit about it? How, what student picked up from it, how successful it was, and then if students were interested in joining this trip next semester or next year, whenever you have this trip again, how do they get around that?
Sure. So the Association of Black Collegiates attended the Southwestern Black Student Leadership Conference, which is held annually at Texas A&M University. Traditionally, in the past, every spring, I try to find a conference for our student leaders to attend that really will help them understand what it is to be a leader, what it means to be active in your community as a African American, and then also how to improve your organization. And so we have many, many different types of leadership experiences, but these are specifically for students of color or African American students. And to go on the trip, the requirements are that you're an active member of ABC. And so you more than likely would be on the exec board to attend, but that's not always necessarily the case. Sometimes if you're a freshman that shows some potential for leadership, or if you oversee a committee, you are invited to attend the trip. And so this trip, we flew down to Texas, and we were there for 3 days, and we had a chance to, the theme was Revolution, Walk With Us. And so the theme was really about how do we go back to the community and how do we affect change and how do we build ourselves up as leaders so that we can be the example that we want to see in our communities. And it was a wonderful conference. We enjoyed it thoroughly, it was a good time.
Any highlights of
highlights? Oh, I would have to say, so Bree Newsom would be one of my highlights. She did a keynote at our lunch, and it was awesome. We had a poetry slam that was really good. We heard from Jeff Johnson. He is a editor and activist, and he's the leader of Jeff's Nation. If you Google him, you'll be able to see some of his work. He's very, very passionate, very active, and talked a lot about the difference between really truly doing work and talking about work. You know, our generation is a very social media heavy generation. And so, you know, he talked about it being more than a hashtag. So more than just, you know, a tweet about this is wrong. But what does it look like when you put together a program, when you actually are out in the community affecting change and being a leader? And so we thought that was really, really cool.
This is just out there, and I'm throwing this question right in. You know about the Oscars and how it is very controversial nowadays. Being the person that is in a position to interact with students of color and all manner of students, have you had any chatter about it on our campus? How are students reacting to this whole situation, and how's it going? How do people feel about it?
Yeah, so this is the thing that I love about getting some time away from campus. We were able to have in-depth conversation and dialogue about multiple topics, and the Oscars did come up. And so the thing that I think that we talked about mostly was the fact that this is something that has been going on for years. When you look at the history of the Oscars, they have traditionally always, it's been very, very few African Americans, Latino Americans, Asian Americans or Native Americans who have been recognized for their contributions in film. And if we take a look back and we think about your favorite movies or my favorite movies or anybody out there, you know, favorite movies, at some point in time you had to see a person of color deliver a performance that you felt was worthy of an award. And the Oscars, the Academy just hasn't recognized that contribution. And so, you know, it's interesting when you hear comments from like Stacey Dash or, you know, different entertainers in America and hear their thoughts and what it is. And I think the best comments that I've heard were from Gabrielle Union had some good stuff to say. And
I saw that this morning.
I
actually.
think a couple of other people have had good stuff to say in the space of, until as a people we feel like you're recognizing us the way we want to be recognized, we have to create our own venues. And not to say that we won't be a part of America, and I hate that people try to separate it out. You know, when you look at America, we're very diverse, so we're all a piece of it. And if we want to celebrate Black excellence, I think that there should be a space to do that. If the Academy isn't, you know, if they are going to recognize it, then great. I think that you can have multiple award shows because, you know, different people win at different things. You know, I may not have ever gotten an Oscar, but maybe I got a BET award. You know, is anyone greater than the other? It's all about perspective. I saw that some of the people in the Academy were upset that people were demanding, you know, what's going on. And so I saw Jada Pinkett's comments and I saw Whoopi's comments, and it's interesting to see the professionals. You know, if you go back and you do a little bit of history, Eddie Murphy, one time during his acceptance speech, I think that video that came out talked about this issue. I saw a video today where Marlon Brando was given an award for his performance in The Godfather. He did not attend. In fact, he sent a representative from a Native American tribe, and she spoke on his behalf and said that basically he wasn't coming because you know, just different issues in society. And this had to be back in like the 70s. And so it's interesting to see, you know, you think we've come so far, but in actuality we're not that far.
Well, thank you very much for coming today, Turan. We really appreciate it. Do you have any last comments, any last things, any events you think students definitely have to attend this month because it will be beneficial to them?
Sure. Every month we have great programs going on. We have wonderful, I think that we have, and don't quote me on this, and I'm sorry if I forget one of you all, but we have 8 or 9 really strong cultural organizations on campus, and they do amazing things. In fact, I think your organization has Man vs. Soup in the month of February. Is that correct?
Taste of Africa, right?
Taste of Africa. Okay, so Taste of Africa, and we include that in the Black History Month celebration. And so we have a full calendar of events. In March will be Women's Heritage Month, and so Allie Crust is doing a phenomenal job of doing a program for women in leadership. In April, we're going to have our first ever cultural festival, and so we'll be beginning to do some work with the other cultural organizations to put that on. Hopefully we can get some performances. I would love to have a repeat performance from Freaky Lolo. I think that they were great. So yeah, check us out online, on social media. Stop by the office. I'm located in the Donius University Center, DUC 107D, I believe, is my office number. But just come to the front desk, ask for Turan. I'll come out and I'll tell you about all of our programs. I'll tell you how to get connected and what are some of the ways that you can get involved. And if you want to take it to another level, we do offer more than just social programs. We offer workshops. We offer developmental leadership programs. So, and always know that you don't have to be a student of color to be involved with our office. If you've seen anything from our office, we use the hashtag InclusiveMU. And if you look in the middle of that word, the 2 letters that stick together are UNS, which means that's us. And so I think by us collaborating, working together, we can create a more friendly environment that allows students to learn from each other and have a great experience.
Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.
That's Turan Mullins. If you're looking for him, go to the CSE. Thank you very much for watching.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's all we got for you guys. So
thank you.
Keep watching MU Talks, and if you have any questions, any suggestions, please comment below. Send us an email. Send us whatever you want to send us, and let us know how you enjoyed this show.
You know,
if we're doing everything right, let us know. Okay? See ya!
Mama's always got a back trail.